what kind of control or what kind of responsibility do you really have with a woman who you had a child with but did not marry? This is Charae B Chicago Podcast, and I am your host, Charae. As humans, there are many layers to us, and life has a way of adding to those layers. Here we talk about the basics, our roots. What are your roots and your reason for what you do and why you do what you do? Is it your family, your birthland, or perhaps your faith? Whatever it is, let's talk about it. And remember to stay rooted. What's up? It's your girl Charae here on the Charae B Chicago Podcast. And I'm here with another episode. And on this episode, we're going to talk about a situation that has gone viral. An issue that many people are paying attention to and talking about on social media. And that situation is between Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson. Who is Darius Jackson, you ask? He is Keke Palmer's boyfriend and father of her son. Now, why am I talking about a celebrity situation today? Well, I felt that there could be some things that we can particularly talk about. And as a woman of faith, there has to be some level of understanding that we can have within this conversation, especially since it's viral and everyone has an opinion, right? Now, as someone who has been a fan of Keke Palmer's career since Aquila and the Bee, I'm not necessarily here to bash anyone. I'm here to, and I said not necessarily, because depending on how you decide to receive this information, you're going to feel offended, okay? It just is what it is. I have no control over my feelings or people's feelings. The only control we have over is how we respond or how we act or react when it comes to how we feel. And Darius Jackson showed how he felt about something that Keke Palmer did. Now, when I was introduced to this information, I was introduced by a bunch of men saying, "Oh, I understand how he feels." And I was like, okay, what did Keke Palmer do? Why are men backing up a man they barely know? Now, I'm like, okay, clearly she did something because all the men have something to say. And once the men have something to say, all of the women have something to say about Keke Palmer and Darius. And it seemed like there's another battle of the sexes conversation coming up just because of Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson. Now, after finding out that he was upset, I'm like, okay, what is he upset about? So I saw this photo that went viral with her standing on stage with Usher Raymond and her butt cheeks all revealed. I mean, Lord. She's wearing these black stockings with the black leotard, and her behind is just showing. It's like, okay, all right, we are revealing at someone else's show. We showing our behind at someone else's show. That's what's happening right now. Okay, that's what we're doing. So I'm like, okay, I guess I can understand why a man would not want his lady, the mother of his child, showing off her behind. Well, I can't help but to think, though, why did he let us know that? Like, I'm like, okay, I understand how you feel, but why are you telling us how you feel? I don't even think we would have paid attention had you not said something. Now, you had said something about the mother of your child publicly. Now, I understand your feelings. I get it as far as I can because I'm not a man with a woman and a child. However, I understand having a partner and wanting them to be, or desiring them, or understanding that they are the representation of you. I get that. So I understand having some feelings about how the person that is a representation of you express themselves. Now, here's something that I also understand. After having a child, your body goes through changes. And you 9 times out of 10 are going to feel some way about this. Postpartum is a real thing, okay? And we have been seeing more photos of Keke Palmer recently, of her showing how sensual and beautiful physically she is. And I can imagine that plays a part with her having a child. And as her man, your job is to be of support. Now, that doesn't mean you need to support everything. Absolutely not. But you are meant to be of some support. So pulling her to the side and asking her questions, publicly supporting, but privately correcting is okay. It is okay because you invite people into an already public relationship once you make a choice to say something that is negative about your partner, especially in the thick of it. Now, I know some couples say some things about what they have been through because they work through it. So they talk about it publicly to potentially help other couples because they work through it. This is not something you guys worked through, evidently, because you were saying how you felt about it in the moment. So you were being emotional. You weren't thinking about what you were saying or what you were doing by publicly announcing how you feel about the mother of your child and what she is doing. You didn't think about that. You were being emotional, and that's dangerous in a public relationship. I don't suggest anybody to do it, whether you are in a public relationship or not, meaning having as many eyes as Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson has. However, you have a way bigger responsibility when it comes to your relationship. Enjoying the content? Well, we really appreciate you being here. Your viewership matters to us. That's why we ask for you to like the video if this show has brought you any joy, excitement, and/or inspiration. And if you really would like to help and bear witness to the growth of the channel, subscribe. We really love your engagement. It helps us to stay motivated, knowing that you are getting what you need from us, makes us eager to offer you more, while we have faith that there will be. More eyes, more responsibility. It's just how it goes. It's just what it is. Now, one thing I do want to say is this. As a man who did not choose to marry her, I wonder how much opinion or freeway or thoughts do you guys have? Because what kind of control or what kind of responsibility do you really have with a woman who you had a child with but did not marry? I mean, you guys are not the only one who have had a child out of wedlock. Won't be the last. You're not the first. You won't be the last. I think that when we don't realize the responsibility of the things that we partake, we kind of get it backwards. When you do backwards things, sometimes you get backwards results. And I understand as entertainers, when you're entertaining, you're going to reveal more because sex sells. But she wasn't entertaining. She was at someone else's show who was entertaining. She was not at her own show entertaining. So wearing something like that, first of all, doesn't make sense unless people are right and this was done on purpose to get some attention. I don't know. Now, for me to judge, I'm just asking the question. Did you guys do this on purpose so that Usher can get more sales and Keke can get the attention that she's desiring with boosting what she has going on? Because I know that sometimes drawing attention to everything outside of what your career is or what your job is brings more attention to your career and what your job is in entertainment. It's the most ironic thing. People love drama. People love sharing their opinion and talking about stuff and doing those kind of things. I'm talking about it right now because it is a popular topic. But I also think that paying attention and using this as an example of how doing things backwards can get you some backwards results is important. Like, he did not marry Keke Palmer. She is not his wife. And I know some people like, she had child. Yeah, her responsibility was not to have this child. I know you guys probably listened to my liberation episode and all this and the third. And yeah, I was going hard on the women because of who we are in God's eyes and what we do for God. So no, I'm not taking away any responsibility on Keke Palmer. However, Darius Jackson made it public about how he felt about the woman who carried his child, the mother of his child, but did not do his job by making sure he married her before they had children. The responsibility, ultimate responsibility, is on the man first. I'm going to speak to the women as a woman because I am a woman. As a man, if you don't lead as the head of a nation, the nation falls. Okay, and we have enough information today to know about postpartum stress after a woman has a child and how women are just emotionally in need of attention after having a child. Rightfully so. However, as a support system, how much support are you really giving? He was supposed to support Keke Palmer, ask her questions, talk to her, be her man. Well, he was supposed to be her husband since they had a child, but I know how society is today. I understand. I get it. But I'm going to say the truth from the beginning, but I'm going to speak to where we are or where they are. Okay, so right here, I want to just pause it because I sound a little judgy, don't I? I'm just going to call it what it is. Don't I sound judgy? Oh, my goodness. And Lord knows I need not to be sitting there sounding judgy. Okay? The Lord has not blessed me with a child or given me the opportunity to be pregnant. However, I have still made my mistakes. I am not sitting here as a 32-year-old version. Okay? So if I was, or if I was waited into marriage before having sex, then I still don't think I should judge, because you're still not supposed to judge. You know, I'm sure there would have been other ways that I was sinned. There are other ways that I sinned before, you know, outside of having sex outside of marriage. So I just wanted to say that, yeah, that judgy side needs to be checked. So I'm going to go ahead and check it. I think it's part of the reason why I sound like that is because I was, as a fan of Keke Palmer, I was disappointed that she had a child out of wedlock, that she didn't wait till she was married. I was just disappointed. I'm just going to be honest, as a fan. And, yeah, so that's how I came out. That's why I came out that way. So that's just me being honest. That's just me being real about it and real about myself and checking myself also in the process, because if we don't check ourselves first, we can't check nobody else. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that about myself and see how the Lord helps me with that. So yeah. Thank you guys for still listening. Okay, if you're still rocking with me. Let's continue with the show. What's up? What's up? What's up? How you feeling today? Feeling like you will want to stay connected with me, your girl Charae? Well, follow me on Facebook at Charae B Chicago, where we can chat one-on-one through Facebook Live and messaging. Plus, you will get first access to future prizes and giveaways. You are important to me as a supporter, so I want to support you too. Now go follow the page so we can stay connected. Go to Charae B Chicago Facebook page. I'll be waiting. I don't understand people who are so against marriage but okay with just having a child. Having a child is way more bonding than marriage. That's why I don't even get why you wouldn't want to marry somebody. Oh, I'm never getting married, but you're going to have a whole child? Like, are we serious right now? That is so backwards. We're going to have a flesh and blood between each other, bond each other that way for life, but not get married. Oh, oh my God, that is such pressure. Oh my God, that is such pressure. Now, I'm not saying that it's not pressure, but compared to having a child, listen, look, I mean, man, that's why even in his tweet, when he spoke about how he felt about what Keke Palmer said, And in his tweet, he said, "This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe." Well, excuse me, sir. Did you make sure that she was the kind of woman that you would want to be with forever? Because that's something you bonded with her when you decided to have a child with her, sir. Did you think about that? It's so backwards. Like, you have to co-parent someone. That child is a reflection of not just you, but someone else. Did you make sure the other person that you are going to have a reflection of you is someone you will want to spend the rest of your life with? If not, why have a child? Why? Like, seriously, I don't understand the logic in that. I just don't. And men always talk about the money when you get married and this, that, and the third. Do you know how much money and how much trouble and how much prison time men are spending and how much issues that they're having when it comes to the system because of child support? What? The money you have to spend on a child? How expensive babies are? They are expensive. This is not a game. It just still does not make sense. But on the other end, that's a lot of pressure. The responsibility of raising a child and what comes with it and the pressure that comes on a woman after having a child. Now, Keke Palmer put out a post on Instagram, and her response to his Twitter is that she is a mother with a THA, and that she is Stevie to the BS. And I think that responding without responding was understandable. It was very strategic. I get it. However, I will hope that saying that she is a mother, she isn't using that as an excuse for what she did. No, your man should not have publicly spoke about what he feels or how he feels about what you did. No, he shouldn't have done that. However, your response, as if being a mother doesn't come with any responsibilities, including how you carry yourself, isn't important. That's important, regardless of how he says or how he feels. Okay, so come to find out, Keke Palmer actually sells merchandise where one of the piece of clothing says, "I'm a mother," MOTHA, and the other one says Stevie to the BS, BS spelled out. I didn't know that she had this clothing line that she was launching or had already launched. And when I saw it, I thought it was a response. However, it is not a response. I think the video that I saw was a rebranding response. So a part of me wonders and questions whether or not this is an industry situation where sometimes bad press is good press because it brings attention to the things that you have going on. So if this is an industry situation, I think that what happens is we don't pay attention to how what we do and what we don't do affects our children. And I don't think that that is smart. Like, her son is gonna see this one day, and that is very important. That is something that no one should take lightly. And I know that this is the first generation of children that are being raised with social media in the palm of their hands. So it's very difficult to truly understand how that's going to affect people. I think we're going to we're just starting to see how that is happening. And then I guess we'll just see how the children of the media kids are going to be raised in years later to come. So this is just one of those things, and all I can do is just pray. Okay, all I can do is just pray and do my very best. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get back to the show. Being a mother, you are responsible for guiding someone and preparing them for the world. They are not going to be in your house forever, and everything you do and say will affect them. That is a lot of responsibility. And these two people did not consider, from what we see right now, how raising their child together would be. Because if he did consider that, or if she did consider that, he would have never said how he want the mother of his child to carry himself, because she has carried herself like that for a very long time. And I don't know if he thought it was going to automatically change when he had kids. I don't know what he was thinking. Now, this is not to say that people cannot change their habits, because I've definitely changed some habits, and I've known some people who have changed their habits. So you can change your habits, or how you express yourself and how you decide to carry yourself, or how you decide to be, is going to be an example for other things. Like, how are your changes? How are you changing? How much of you is willing to change? How much of you are you putting in the work to change? Beyond the responsibilities, beyond everything else, what did he expect? After having a child, he is still supposed to support his lady and talk to her privately and see what the heck is going on with her. Okay? So, hey, that's all I gotta say. All right, you guys. While you guys are listening to this, I wanted to let you guys know that today is my birthday. Yes, the release of this episode, I dropped it on my birthday. I just felt the need to. I just felt it was right. Why? Because on Friday, I will be celebrating my birthday with you guys. I know you heard the Facebook where it said like and follow the Charae B Chicago Facebook page. Go ahead and do that so you guys can celebrate with me at 3 p.m. live on Facebook, where we can converse and talk one-on-one. Enjoy tuning in to the Charae B Chicago podcast? Well, be sure to share us with your friends through any of our other platforms: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, or Apple Podcasts. We appreciate your time. Stay blessed.